about this week is this language thing where people use words and it does not match the energy of what they are being or saying is really true. And oftentimes that really can trip us up and get us stuck. And I was I was brought up and taught always tell the truth. But I'm even guilty of this, totally, especially in relationship where something has happened, I'm not happy. I had a projection. It's oftentimes when I had a projection and I thought that my partner should do something. And then I'm disappointed because my expectation was not met. And then, then it gets weird. And what if that weirdness is just the fact that you had a projection and expectation? And then, they ask you, like, hey, is everything okay? Is there anything I can do? And you're like, no, I'm fine. That is an example of it right there. No, I'm fine does not match the energy of this doesn't work for me. But it's not even anything relevant to the other person. It's relevant to this projection and expectation that I had, or that you had, or whatever that the person who says they're fine had. And so as you're going forward in your life and you're working with people and you come up against certain things, certain weirdnesses, what if you could allow yourself to be aware of the energy that is present versus the words that people are saying? And, I also work with horses. And so this was a muscle that I really had to build. For the most part, until I really got into that relationship stuff, for the most part, I'm naturally more, well, I tend to be more congruent with the words I'm using and the energy. But relationship really threw me off for a lot of years. Because I saw whatever. That's a whole other big topic that we're not going to really get into this morning. But with animals are so easy because they are congruent. They don't have words, so they are an energy, and they be that energy of what is present in the moment, and it's so much more ease to be with them. So if you would like to start to really, hey, good morning, Nikki, to really hone that skill of energy, what is present with the energy, look to the animals, be with your pet more, ask your pet more questions, and then you'll start to be more present with the energy. Everything is energy. And then when you're working with people or in your relationship or with your kids, when they're using words that don't match the energy, you're going to know. You're going to know because it's not going to be congruent. There's going to be a weirdness there, an awkwardness. And I have the funniest example of this. So, husband and I, my partner and I, he wanted to invest some money in a cryptocurrency. And I was like, cool. And he said to me, he's like, okay, but I just want to be clear with you. We're probably just going to be kissing this money goodbye. And, that's the risk we're taking, that we're not going to get anything back out of it. And he had a friend who was doing this and he was making some money at it. And Travis thought that would be really cool. So I'm like, yep, I'm willing to lose it. Sure, let's do this. I will kiss this money goodbye. And I was very congruent with that. And then he kept checking with me, you're sure you're good? Like, you're good to kiss this money goodbye. And I'm like, yeah. Anyway, so he set up the account and we sent the money. And there was just some glitch. I'm not really clear what the glitch is. And I even had, and also just recognize this for yourself. I was trying to help him set up the account and I was having difficulty with the app and setting up the account information. it was just not working. And right then and there, I knew that it wasn't really going to work, that we were probably going to be kissing our money goodbye. And I said to him, I'm like, this to me is like a sign, like, just so you know, it's a heads up. Like, I don't often have this kind of struggle with technology and things, so I'm not sure how this is gonna work. Like, I'm like, I feel like this is really hard, and when things are really hard, like, it's just not a path that is gonna work for us. And he's like, and I wanted to give him the choice. I mean, I didn't want to control it, but I wanted to give him the information of what I was aware of. And he's like, well, and then he got the account set up and he's like, well, no, I got it. Let's go ahead. And I'm like, okay. So then we sent the money. Hey, good morning, Linda. And that was like 3 weeks ago. And he went back and forth with them for about 10 days. They didn't get the money. We had to prove something with our account and give them information that he then had to go to our bank. And the bank was like, well, that's not very good information to give out to people, et cetera, et cetera. So we couldn't get them the information they wanted, and Travis didn't want to give them the information they wanted when the bank told him no, that wasn't a good idea. And so then they promised just to send us our money back, and I'm like, it hasn't shown up yet. But he was very pissed about it. He had like a lot of stuff come up. This is a whole money conversation too, but this is also where, and I looked at him and I'm like, remember, you told me I had to be willing to kiss this money goodbye. Were you? I'm like, and he'll like get up. He's like, oh, no money today. And I'm like, I know, I don't really expect it to come back. Like, that's my sense. And he has like so much emotion. So this is actually a really big facilitation for him. And this is where he wasn't matching the energy of the words he was saying, because he was not willing to lose the money or to let go of it. And I was, and I was also aware that he might not be willing, but it was a really, like, choice creates awareness. And what if it's not wrong? And then that opens up a whole topic of conversation of money and the judgments and conclusions and the definitions that we tie to it, you know. But what if money is just energy? And can you actually lose energy? No, you can't actually. It's always around and you've never lost it unless you have the point of view that you have, and then it gets a little bit, then you have lost it. And then I guess it is true for him. But I'm just like, cool. So what choice did this create? And I know for me, a lot of it was just allowing him to choose and do this, and how aware is he? And if he didn't have the point of view that we were going to lose the money, would we have? Or was he aware of what his choice was going to, you know, roll out as? It's interesting. It's like, what comes first, the chicken or the egg? What comes first? Your point of view, which creates your reality, or was he aware of what this choice was creating? It's interesting. And so, yeah, I wonder. Anyway, I wonder what this choice has created for him with money, and just not, and it's really cool also for the kids, like for the kids to be, because we've had these conversations around them, and not making it significant, and not like me being really pissed at him, like, you lost our money and we worked so hard to earn this. It's like allowing the money to flow, allowing yourself to choose with it, and just be with it, and not have such an emotional, controlling point of view attachment to it. It's funny, he said to me, because he really wanted to get himself a comfy chair. Like, our living room is kind of full with the furniture we have. It's never really worked to get another lazy boy recliner is what he wants. He's like, I could have taken that $2,000 and gotten myself a lazy boy recliner and actually had something. And I'm like, yeah. But I'm going to circle back to the beginning where he was not congruent with the words that he was using. He was like, and what he told me I had to be willing to be was lose the money, and he was not. Anyway, so just what would it be like for you to allow yourself to be aware of the energy that's present when you are engaging with people? Do not focus on the words. What's beneath the words? What is the energy? And notice when you get angry. You know, what if anger is your awareness of lies, where people are, there's just a lie present, where they're not congruent or the energy is not matching the words they're saying? Like, what are you aware of? Anyway, that's my coffee chat for today. Thank you so much for joining me live. Yeah, very interesting, Nikki. And those of you watching this in the future, hi, and have an amazing day wherever you are, whatever you're up to. On a side note, if you're interested in a foundation class and learning more about this energy thing, I am facilitating a foundation class February, starting on Thursday, February 16th, 17th, 18th, 19th. And we're actually going to have it at our acreage just to the south of our place. So its own little house. And if you're looking for a place to stay, there is one more room available, I think, and there's also accommodations in town. So Access Bars is a prerequisite class to taking the foundation at any time. You don't have to have taken your bars class within 12 months. If you took your bars class 5 years ago and you want to take a foundation, I'm pretty sure that still meets the prereqs. But yeah, if you have any questions, let me know. Thank you, Nikki. Anyway, I'll see you guys later. Mwah. Bye-bye for now.